Welcome back, everybody. It's time for What's Bugging You with Truly Nolan Pest Control, and we're joined by Jacksonville Location General Manager Keith Coggins. Good to see you today, man. All right, so today we're going to be talking about, keeping your house protected from those creepy little crawlies, and we're talking about swarmers this time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why do so many people mistake flying ants, for termite swarmers, and vice versa?
Well,
I can't tell the difference.
Well, in general, they're just, something like that swarms inside the home or seeing all those, you're going to be alarmed from that. So I totally understand that. But the biggest difference is that you need to know is that termites have 2 parts of the body.
Okay.
And then ants have 3 parts of the body.
Okay.
Now, the other option is that termites have longer and elongated wings that are equal in size.
Okay.
And then you have flying ants that are unequal.
Okay.
So
you were kind of telling me that for the ants, right? Like the front wings are different size than the back wings, right?
Yeah, the front wings are actually a lot smaller versus the back wings.
Okay.
Wise.
More aerodynamic, I see.
Yeah, they can fly better, absolutely.
Okay, so in general, why is proper identification of an insect in terms of pest control important, to us homeowners?
So it's everything in the pest control business, okay? So whenever I come to your home, David, my sole job is to identify the pest that you are actively having an issue with. If I can't properly identify that, then I'm not doing my job correctly.
Right.
So in other words, if I'm identifying this species as an eastern subterranean termite, I need to treat that as such.
Right.
Now, if it's a flying ants are totally different treatments in all. So that being said, I would sell you pest control versus a termite treatment.
Gotcha, very cool. And I am a customer, guys, full disclosure. Like, they do a fantastic job. Actually just came out a couple of days ago, and they hit the yard for the ants and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Rocking and rolling. Good job. All right, what kind of issues can both of these pests cause homeowners?
So flying ants, they're mainly a nuisance, David. So nuisance-wise, they're going to contaminate your food, anything in the pantry, and just a nuisance on a daily life.
Right.
Termites, on the other hand,
Womp, womp,
that's going to be
womp.
structural damage. So that's going to ruin your investment as your home.
Absolutely. Yeah, they'll eat you out of house and home. And this is the one that'll do a lot of that, right? Can you talk to me about these little dudes we have here?
So this right here is the Formosan termite. They are considered to be a subterranean termite. So they do create mud tubes, but they don't have to go back into the ground. They create satellite nests inside homes. They're one of the hardest ones to get rid of. So we use Centricon and AG boxes to take care of them. Same thing for eastern subterraneans. Those are the ones that mainly everybody sees during this time frame. And then of course the last one, drywood termites. That's the one where you get the fumigation, the tent. In our case, we don't do that. We do a residual. But yeah.
That's cool. So, and actually piggyback on that a little bit, right? Because a lot of us, when we think that we're going to deal with termites, we have to get the big tent. It comes out there, everybody's got to leave. Then you got to wash literally every single thing inside the house. It's such a pain in both sides of the cheeks.
Right.
So why is yours different and so much easier?
So ours is a lot different. So we actually apply coats of a product inside the attic and crawl spaces.
Okay, cool.
So that's 2 coats. So we actively apply a residual and as well as an active treatment too.
Gotcha.
Now, here comes the intensive portion. Our treatment is done from the interior of the walls and exterior wall voids. So our goal is to apply a product in between the studs every 16 inches to apply that product there. And whatever areas that we don't know about where, say, drywood termites are, the active will actually kill them.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, so from a DIY standpoint, are there things that homeowners can do to prevent, either of these insects from just ruining our day?
Yeah. So in general, you want to keep moisture away from the home. If you have gutters, use them. If you don't have that, try to figure out a way to keep that water away. You want to also keep wood away from the home. If you have mulch in the shrubbery areas, I totally understand with shrubs, but keep that mulch 1 to 2 inches away from the home.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't think about it a lot. And so your crawl space should be dry as a bone.
Yes.
Right? And so if there's no moisture in there, then these critters, they can't survive because, believe it or not, insects have to drink water too.
Yes.
Which is kind of weird because it's very small.
Exactly.
Okay, so at what point should a homeowner call you guys?
Whenever they see an issue with like a ton of termite wings or just a ton of activity in general, you need an actual professional to diagnose that.
Yeah.
It's better off that way rather than you actually going out to Home Depot, grabbing an Ortho Home Defense or whatever your heart's desire is. But in general, if it's termites, you may kill what's right there, but you're not killing the underlying effect.
Right, exactly. So we'll call you out there like I have done before, not for termites, but for all kinds of other stuff. And thank you very much, man. You guys always do a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you look them up if you have some pest control needs. Well, stick around, guys. We'll be right back after the break.